Okay, so this is part one of a unknown number on a new build project I'm gonna be starting on my channel. It is a 1974 Datsun 260Z. I've never actually had a 260Z before. I've just had 240s and 280s, so this is kind of exciting. Yeah, I just picked up this car a little bit ago. It just got delivered a handful of days ago from a buddy of mine up in Portland, Oregon. Shout out Chris. So yeah, this is going to be kind of documenting the process of getting it running, driving, and kind of seeing if I like it. Because as I said, I do have a 240Z that I've been working on for a long time. But yeah, let's kind of do a little walk around on the car and kind of point everything out, kind of go from there. All right, here she is. Like I said, it's a 1974 Datsun 260Z. Really, really rad car. Pretty minimal rust. Everything that's kind of underneath this tape is actually just the skim coat that's been cracked and damaged, but you can see the actual roof is actually super clean metal underneath, so pretty good there. There's just a little bit of rust in the battery tray area, which I'll kind of go into in just a little bit in the firewall. But I've, been working on that for a long time. I've worked on a few other 280s and doing some rust repair on them, so nothing I'm unfamiliar with or scared of doing, but yeah, just kind of going through. This does have a 80s Jim Cooks body kit on it, which is pretty rad. So wide fender flares in the front and rear. It's got some smoothies, but it looks like from the 80s as well, which are super, super cool. Not sure, it looks like it's Center as a brand on them, on some BF Goodriches, but those will probably get replaced with something down the line. It does also have coilovers on it as well. I'm also not sure on the brand. I'm going to get it up here on the left here in a little bit and kind of take a look. But kind of one of the thing that caught my eye on this car is I thought these were triple Weber carbs, but they actually are not. They are, you can kind of see there, Delortos, which are also made in Italy. Which is really cool. So a lot of I believe it's a lot of the same parts, kind of work for the Weber 45s. Should be the same for these. These are just Delorto 45s. But yeah, this actually does have an aftermarket header from the 80s. It does have a 4-speed transmission. The actual, I believe it's a original 2.6 liter inline 6. So yeah, just kind of what else going around the car. The interior isn't too bad. Like I said, the floor pans are actually in super good shape. It does have a half dash cap on there, so I'll probably end up replacing that and doing either a full cap, maybe vintage dashes, but those have kind of gotten up in price over the last couple years. But yeah, it also has a whale tail on it, which is super cool. I know a lot of people aren't huge fan of these, but I actually had a 78 280Z that I put one on that was really, really cool. I think it makes them really unique. Does have a little more of that Porsche style, but yeah, it's pretty good all in all. So again, has a majority of all the interior. Seats are a little bit worn, but center dash console is actually in pretty good shape, all things considered. If we take a look underneath here, again, the floor pans are super, super solid, no rust. Just, you can kind of see that one's a little open grommet, but there's a little bit of rust right there on that side in the firewall. And then if we take a look around here, there's just one little spot right there, and then just a little bit of a bigger spot right there. But easy peasy. They make replacement panels for some of the sections, so, and then you can kind of see that firewall section there. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of get this running to kind of start off with, just to kind of check out the health of the engine. I actually have already replaced the distributor on it that came with this car. So the other one, the teeth on it on the Dizzy were damaged. But yeah, I got some fresh fuel. I might rip the carbs off and kind of just do a quick clean on them, get everything kind of put back together. So, and then we'll check back in and kind of see where we're at. Okay, got the old girl up on the lift, so we're gonna hop underneath and take a look to see what we're working with here. So, let's see. Definitely need a new radiator. That's pretty grody. A little crusty, but definitely looks like we don't have coilovers. We actually just have aftermarket springs. So tie rods are a little dirty. Probably need to replace those. Boots actually aren't too bad, so rack might not be terrible. We actually do have a brand new alternator, which is nice. Let's see, a little leaky around the oil pan. Starter definitely is looking a little old. Definitely bushings are not so good. So frame rail seems okay. There's a little bit of denting here, but that's fairly common. It's just kind of dirty. Needs a little bit of cleanup. It's protecting it, the undercarriage, so it's kind of nice. It does look like we actually have been high centered here. You can see how it kind of bows, but it's not the end of the world. The frame rail has not split from the floor pan, so it's not terrible, but not great. So looks like everything else seems okay. Let's see, let's take a look towards the back here. Exhaust is definitely old. Got these stock rear drums, and yeah, just aftermarket coilovers, or not coil, aftermarket springs. Looks like we just got the stock 180 diff. So, but all in all, no major rust, little surface rust here and there, but we got a solid body to start from, so that's good. So, all right, let's kind of bring this thing back down, and we will get the fuel pump running. So let's see what we got here. So it has a stock fuel pump, but it looks like it's actually been bypassed here, so because this actually isn't going anywhere. So I think that there's a fuel pump in the front engine bay if I remember seeing. So let's go take a look at that. All right, got her back down. So before I kind of decided to dive more into the fuel delivery, I actually went ahead and did a compression test just to kind of get a baseline on where we're at. So cylinders 1 through 5 were a little low, sitting at about 90 PSI. Cylinder 6 was sitting about at 120, 125. But I did put a little bit of ATF into cylinder 1, and that shot it back up to 150, 155, which I then put ATF in the rest of the cylinders. More than likely stuck rings. This has been sitting since the late 90s. But yeah, so since I did replace the distributor, I also tested the spark, and we do have spark across the board, so we're 1/3 of the way there, which is nice. Just gotta get fuel and air, and hopefully we'll have a runner, which would be really cool. So kind of part of that, I am going to order a carb rebuild kit for these before I dive into them and clean them, just so I have the parts ready. I'm also going to order a new radiator just to have something a little bit newer, not shoving any more crud through this engine than needs to be. But yeah, so a little bit more information on this engine. I was FaceTiming with my buddy Chris, and we were doing a little bit of research on this. So this actually has a P79 head and a F54 block, which is a combo commonly found in 81 to 83 280ZXs. So this is actually a 2.8 liter, not a 2.6, which is really cool. Another little bit of possible awesome information is I did boroscope each of the cylinders, and the cross hatching is actually really good. Looks super fresh. but this actually has flat tops in it. The top of the pistons were super carbonized, so I can't 100% tell if these actually are oversized pistons. So once I get this running, I'll throw some seafoam in it and do another borescope test, see if I can clean off the carbon and confirm if what the size are, if it's stamped with an 87 millimeter, which is a clear indication that this has actually been bored up a little bit, has oversized pistons, which would be really, really cool. So yeah, that's kind of where we're currently at. Just gonna order some parts. So check back soon. Just be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much.